Hey guys, it is Kristen with HK Wax Center. I'm going to do for this video why you should not wax a man's beard, like facial hair. Brows are fine, but a man's beard, don't do it. I've been getting a lot of questions about this recently on my YouTube channel, and I figured I should just come on out there and explain to you why it's a bad idea, because I've done it, so I have firsthand experience. Now, before I jump into that, any of y'all have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to comment below, like, subscribe. I am always happy to answer any questions that you guys might have. So, why you should never wax a man's beard. Back when I was working at European Wax Center, I'm gonna tell you a little story first. I was like one of the waxers who had been there the longest, and so there was a man who came in who had full-blown beard. I mean, I'm talking like it was at least half an inch long, like full everywhere. And he had purchased a wax pass for a full face back over at another location in like the Dallas area in Texas. And so our policy is if someone else has a wax pass from another location, we honor it at our location. So normally we don't do full faces on men. I was taught specifically in school to never do this, so I was always under the impression that you shouldn't do it. And then we had this guy who had a pass for it, and so we had to do it. So my manager was like, Kristen, I'm giving him to you because I think you'll be able to handle it. And I was like, great. I'm so thrilled about that. So brought him back to my room. He was very nice, didn't talk a whole lot, but I was sweating bullets. I was freaking out. And I just tried to like kind of talk him through it so that he wouldn't notice how nervous I was, because I was just terrified to do this. Man's facial hair is very deeply rooted. It is not at all like my facial hair. Like I've got peach fuzz. It's very deeply rooted. It is very strong. Like everyone's beard is different. Some is sparse and some is thick. His was very thick and it was very wiry, like the texture of his hair. So normally a full face, including brows, takes like around 30 minutes. He didn't even want like his brows or anything. He didn't even want his nose or his ears. He just wanted his beard, and like mustache. So I started waxing him, and for one, I was absolutely sweating by the end of it. I was so exhausted because it's so deeply rooted. I figured my best bet is to kind of like do it in sections and just pray to God that this is gonna work. So I started out, let's see if it was like right here. I cleaned up the bottom part here, and then I started just kind of like working my way in, and then did the chin and then the mustache last, because you never want to pull from a place that has hair. And so I didn't want to just like, normally on like a female I can lay like a big like sideburn strip here, but on him I didn't want to do that and like cause him to be in this horrible awful pain, and I wasn't even sure if the hair was going to come out. The hair did come out. It took multiple passes over every area. He had a lot of pinpoint bleeding, which again, pinpoint bleeding is normal with waxing, especially with underarms. But I've never seen that on the face before. His mustache, for example, I mean, it was like I had to pull that strip off with everything in me. I was so terrified. And the crazy thing is he just lay there like nothing was happening. Like I wasn't just ripping out millions of little hairs out of his face that I could tell had to hurt. It had to hurt. I mean, come on. But he just lay there, didn't really talk much at all. Was just kind of chilling, which is actually very impressive. I couldn't believe it, honestly. But yeah, it took me at least like 45 minutes just to do that area, which for me is like, that's a long time to do just an area like that. But he had so much pinpoint bleeding everywhere, especially around the mustache. There was a lot. He didn't, like, his skin didn't rip or anything. It was just, you could tell like the hair was not supposed to come out like that. You know, it was just not what you're supposed to do. And so after that, I finished him off, like I, you know, got all the hair waxed out, put the like post-waxing lotion on him and sent him on his way. And I went up to my manager after that and I was like, I'm never doing that again. Like, I don't care if I get fired, I'm not doing that again. That was not, that felt so unnatural to what I would do. And me as an esthetician, I want to help someone, and I get that. I get if that is what he wants, but I didn't, that was just, I felt like I was just so much trauma to the skin that was just not at all what I would recommend someone doing. Like, I even get people asking like, oh, can I wax my head? Like, no, you can shave your head, but you don't wax your head. Again, those hairs are so deeply rooted. So anyway, yeah, I had someone ask me, she wanted her wax her husband's beard, and I was like, no, let me make a video so I can tell you this is not a good idea, don't do it. But anyway, so that was my experience. I have seen some people that like clean up like little parts on like the neck. That's, I mean, it's probably fine. Still, I wouldn't do it personally. But you know, everyone's got their own MO. But yeah, so if you're thinking about waxing your beard, don't be like that guy. Even though he handled it like a champ, I'm sure his face hurt so bad after that, and I just feel awful that I was one that had to do that to him against my will. So story time over. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.